Hi folks, back again, Friday Champagne. And you know what? I just came back from vacation, had this lovely trip to Greece, lovely family trip to Italy, to Ischia, drinking a lot of champagne, other wines as well, but mostly relaxing and enjoying life. But I was really hoping for a gadget that I need for champagne hiking to occur. And I didn't know that while I was on vacation, Björnstjerne had arranged with a collaboration with the best bag maker in Sweden. You know, I have the glasses, these fantastic Reijmyre glasses with my name. We got perfect champagne. We got a perfect spot. Underneath is not oak fermented, but it's underneath a great big oak. And it is champagne hiking. But how can we carry this? Only this way. If you want to be a real champagne hiking connoisseur, this is the way to go. So I just arrived, just got my glasses and the bottles, and I poured 3 different champagnes from Legras and Haas, and of course I pre-tasted so I know what to say when I'm going to tell you a little bit more about them. But first of all, I would say, isn't this a perfect occasion to tell you a little bit more of what champagne hiking is all about? You know, we got this Instagram-like champagne hiking where you take a photo, you're somewhere, you tell us a little bit in the Champagne Club about your hiking experience. That's the way you should do it. But before you take the picture, you should be well prepared to take in all the impressions. You can't be stressed. You can't have eaten too much or bad things. You need to be pure. You need to be ready for a great nature experience. And when you found a spot where you think that you can get it, walk a little bit further. Check, double check around the corner, because very often, even if you make very close by champagne hikings, you will find a spot which is just yours, and where the nose with a smell in the air is slightly brighter, whereas combinations more suitable for the type of champagne that you picked. To simplify, what is champagne hiking? It is to bring your favorite bottle, go out in nature and drink it and enjoy it. But it's so many more things. All the details around will affect the overall experience of drinking your champagne. It is the weather, it is the temperature, it is the humidity, it's all the things surrounding. And one of the best things that I would like to do is to come to a spot, stay for quite a long while, chill your champagne, taste, retaste, and why not have a magnum or a couple of champagnes like I have right now? Because what you can do then is to follow not only the glass development, but also what is changing in the place. Sometimes the temperature drops, the sunset arrives, new sounds, birds flying around, or a fly that I have in my ear that was really annoying. Oh, that was simple. I'm very fast still, thanks for that. Anyway, there are a lot of things that can help you to follow and to even change the champagne. And commercially, the most common question, I received it yesterday and I receive it so often, is, Richard, why didn't you make the concept be called wine hiking? And the answer is simple. It is lovely to sit outdoors in a place like this and drink a bottle of Chablis or a bottle of La Tache or something like that. But the wine itself tastes almost the same as it does indoors. Because they are so strong, they have such great strong personality, and they are not flamboyant, they are not elusive, they're not following like a chameleon that champagne does. The bubbles, the subtlety, the ultra-faceted amount of small sublime aromas that can change with the place and the situation. That's the amazing thing which makes champagne hiking so superior to wine hiking. So if you sit in a place like this, it's summertime, we still have some warm temperatures in Sweden, remarkably high for the season. So it's around 25 degrees right now. So I picked a Blanc de Blanc because by experience I know that strong oak fermented old champagnes or Pinot Noir dominated are more suitable to colder climate and situations. In this type of climate, it's just on the higher level of perfect champagne hikings. You need to have Blanc de Blanc. You need to have some youth. And you need to have a producer that is producing pure, sharp, clean champagnes with small, refined aromatic profiles. And one of the best examples from one of the best Grand Cru villages is Juhlin, the village, Legras Haas. Not the biggest producer, not as outstanding, majestic as you can get a Saint-Vincent, for instance, from Legras, but the purity and the refinement is so great, so I think it's even more suitable for the occasion that I have. So in the glass today, this Friday, after vacation time, Legras Haas, 17 based to the left, my left, 15 vintage. The first one is a non-vintage, but based, pure Juhlin, Grand Cru, all of them. The big barrels, the oak fermented, but still just a touch of it, 2014, single vineyard, Les Sillons. Those are the three, and very simple way of explaining them. You have 7 grams of sugar in the first, 6 grams of sugar, 5 grams. Low dosage, but still a hint. Jerome, who is making these wines, he doesn't like them to be absolutely without, and I completely agree with him. It gives a certain touch of caramel at the end, and with this beautiful mandarin and even lime and lemon, of course, but even slightly more of mandarin right now, you get a caramel note combined with the fruit, which is, you wouldn't get that without the dosage. So starting with 17. 10 minutes before we started, it was a strong sun, and it was a big risk of Juhlin, and I had one glass that was completely destroyed in 5 minutes. Here, freshly poured, the sun is blocked in a beautiful way, no problem at all. Almost vintage character on the nose, not so dominated by the typical 17, which is a little bit grassy. I'm sitting close to the grass, but it's not gooseberries, it's not grass. It's more a classic Blanc de Blanc, where the soil, the terroir, the chalkiness is quite evident already on the nose. It's not a big wine, but really good version of the non-vintage Blanc de Blanc. It's not a wine that makes you get goosebumps. It's not a blockbuster, but it's refined and it's so nice and easy drinking and very balanced. A Moorish champagne. 15, a vintage that I very often have some problems with in Côte Blanc. And if you should pick a producer from Côte Blanc in 15, you should go for the ones with lower dosage, more refinement, not with the big guys, with the big guns, because there's a problem of over maturity, warmness, so you have a little bit lack of acidity. Even this one, and it's the first time I received that in the Legras Haas, it's slightly cooked, it's slightly over matured in comparison. On the positive side, you will get more early on, a little bit more of butterscotch notes, but for me it's slightly clumsy in comparison. This time actually, at this spot, at this hiking moment, I prefer the 17 based non-vintage. But the winner is, and should be, the 2014 single vineyard Les Sillons. And why is that? Just simply because it's a better spot. That's the reason why Jerome decided to separate this and make it a pure single vineyard champagne. The oak notes, I didn't think of them from a start. I get them a little bit more on the palate. Slightly nutty, slightly smoky, buttery, richer than the others, even richer than the 15, but not in a cloying way, in a very winey, gastronomic way. And the aftertaste got some really nice caramel flavors that makes me feel very happy for being around you guys on a Friday. So see you next Friday, Champagne Friday, and make some more champagne hiking, and see you in our app.